I have a confession to make. I was never good at math. In fact, in high school, I failed geometry. But there was one concept that I've always loved, and that is the science of momentum. Momentum is the tendency for an object to keep moving in a straight line at a constant speed, unless acted upon by an external force. For example, if you kick a soccer ball, it will keep on rolling until friction from the grass or air resistance slows it down, and that's because the ball has momentum. Now, this is a simple definition, but it has huge implications because momentum can be applied to almost everything in life, including your business, your career, and even your happiness. And that's why I think understanding the science of momentum is so important. It's the reason why little things can have big impacts. It has why small actions can lead to significant results and why tiny changes can completely transform your life. So today I wanted to share with you 3 key lessons that I've learned about the science of momentum, how it works, and how you can use it to achieve anything you want in life. Lesson No. 1. Small actions create big results. Newton, as first law of motion, states that an object at rest stays at rest, and an object in motion stays in motion, with the same speed and in the same direction, unless acted upon by an external force. In other words, it takes a lot more energy to get something started than to keep it going. That's why it's often easier to maintain success than to achieve it in the first place. Once you're in motion, you're more likely to stay in motion. Once you build some momentum, it's easier to keep that momentum going than to start from scratch again. The trick is to start and then keep going. Start with a small action that you know you can commit to consistently. Maybe it's reading just 1 page of a book every day, or working out for only 10 minutes. Once you start, you'll find it much easier to keep going because you've built up some momentum. Your small actions will start to compound over time, leading to big results that you never thought possible. This is the power of the snowball effect. Just like a snowball rolling down a hill gets bigger and bigger as it picks up more snow, your small actions will accumulate over time, growing into something much larger than you are. You don't need to do anything drastic or extreme. Just take small actions consistently and watch as they compound into big results. Lesson No. 2. Leverage external forces to increase your momentum. Another important concept to understand is the relationship between mass and velocity. An object with a large mass will have a higher momentum than an object with a smaller mass moving at the same velocity. That means it takes more force to change the motion of an object with a large mass than an object with a small mass. So if you want to increase your own momentum, you need to find ways to leverage external forces to give you a boost. Think about it this way. If you're trying to push a shopping cart with a few items in it, it's relatively easy to get the cart moving. But if you suddenly have to push a cart full of heavy boxes, it becomes much more difficult. That's because the heavier cart has more mass and therefore more momentum. To change its motion, you'll need to apply a greater force. Similarly, if you're trying to change your life and increase your own momentum, it can be challenging to do it alone. But if you leverage external forces, you can give yourself a much-needed boost. This could mean enlisting the support of friends and family, seeking out mentors or experts in the field, or joining groups or communities that can provide guidance and resources. By leveraging external forces, you can reduce the amount of effort required to make changes in your life and accelerate your progress towards your goals. Remember, you don't have to do everything on your own. Reaching out for help is a sign of strength, not weakness. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to seek out the support of others, and don't be afraid to leverage external forces to give yourself a boost. Lesson No. 3. Use the right metrics to track your progress. Now, here's a question for you. If you were trying to measure the success of a business, what metrics would you track? How would you know if the business was growing and thriving, or if it was failing and falling apart? Maybe you'd track revenue, profit, and customer satisfaction. These are all reasonable metrics, but they only tell part of the story. To get a complete picture of the business's health, you also need to track less tangible metrics like employee morale and brand reputation. That's because these metrics can indicate whether or not the business is on the right track in the long run, even if the bottom line isn't looking so hot. Similarly, if you want to track your own personal momentum, you need to look at more than just the results. You also need to pay attention to your habits and behaviors. Are you making progress on your goals? Are you moving closer to the person you want to become? Are you building the life you want to live? These are all important questions that can help you determine if you're on the right track. So when you're trying to build momentum in your life, don't just focus on the end result. Track your habits and behaviors along the way. Make sure you're making consistent progress towards your goals, and that you becoming the type of person who can achieve those goals. Because remember, momentum is a product of both mass and velocity. If your velocity is suffering, no amount of mass is going to save you. So there you have it, 3 key lessons on the science of momentum and how you can use it to achieve anything you want in life. Lesson No. 1. Small actions can create big results. Lesson No. 2. Leverage external forces to increase your momentum. Lesson No. 3. Use the right metrics to track your progress. If you apply these lessons to your life, I guarantee you'll see results. But remember, it all starts with taking action. So don't wait any longer. Start today and watch as your small actions compound into something great. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope it has helped you better understand the science of momentum. If you found value in this content, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more science videos like this one. And hey, if you're still watching, leave a comment below with the word momentum, so I know you made it to the end. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.